Pull up a chair, y'all. Picture this, late August of 1968 on Music Row inside Columbia's Studio B, Billy Sherrill's watching the clock, Tammy's cutting vocals, and with less than an hour left, he says, "Come upstairs, let's finish this idea." They scribble a few lines in his CBS office, walk back down, and in about 2.5 minutes, Tammy Wynette sings a song that'll change country music. You've heard of it. Stand By Your Man. Some accounts split hairs on the exact day, but either way, the ground shook in Nashville. She was born Virginia Wynette Pugh on May 5, 1942 in Itawamba County, Mississippi. Cotton rose, hard work, and a voice with a little teardrop in every note. She cut hair, waited tables, did what it took to raise her girls. Then, in January of 1966, she packed the car, drove to Nashville, and knocked on doors until Epic Records' Billy Sherrill let her in. First single was Apartment Number 9, a Johnny Paycheck Bobby Austin tune. Not a smash, but it put her on the radio. Months later, she's warning a no-good man in Your Good Girl's Gonna Go Bad, and by the fall of '67, she's got her first Grammy for I Don't Wanna Play House. That's a rocket ride by any measure. Then 1968, Mercy. In May, she sent Divorce up the charts. The kind of song you don't forget because it feels like real life. By early fall, Epic put out Stand By Your Man. It's countrypolitan strings and Sunday morning harmony wrapped around a voice that sounds like she's holding it together by faith alone. It hits number 1, crosses to pop radio, sets off arguments on talk shows, and still ends up preserved for posterity in Washington, D.C. That's the vitality of it. People heard their lives in there, even if they heard different lessons. Now, love and life were never tidy for Tammy. On February 16, 1969, in Ringgold, Georgia, she married George Jones, the possum himself. Country's Mr. and Mrs. got it lettered on the back of their tour bus, rolled town to town, and for a while, the music and the marriage held. They cut classics as a duo, like We're Gonna Hold On, a number 1 in 1973, right when they were white-knuckling their marriage. Some folks in the crowd would holler, "Where's George?" when Tammy played solo, and if you've ever waited on a chart call or a phone call, you know that sting. The truth is, their love was strong, their storms were stronger, and in 1975, they called it quits. The songs kept coming anyway. Golden Ring in 1976, Near You in 1977. Both number 1s, both cut like glass. Tammy wasn't just a duet partner, she stood tall on her own. In January of 1976, she released Till I Can Make It on My Own, the one she called her personal favorite. It went to number 1, and if you've ever had to rebuild when the house of your life felt empty, that record feels like a hand on your shoulder. Between 68 and 70, the Country Music Association named her Female Vocalist of the Year 3 times running. By the end of that run, she'd helped open radio and record stores to a woman's point of view, messy, brave, honest. Let me tell you a left turn story I love. In late 1991, way past country radio's usual borders, Tammy teamed up with a British rave outfit called the KLF on a dance single called Justified and Ancient. She cut it with a grin, leaned into the weird, and boom, top 2 in the UK, top 15 in the US. Tell me that's not a Nashville pro. Meet the song where it lives, sing it true, and take it where the crowd is. Through it all, her voice was equal parts satin and steel. She came by the First Lady of Country Music nickname honestly, but y'all know that's not a coronation, that's a workload. The road's long, the lights are bright, the offstage hours can be rough. Tammy faced serious health troubles for years and kept working, studio dates, TV, and whenever she could, the stage. On April 6, 1998, she died at home in Nashville at 55. At first, folks said it looked like a blood clot. A year later, after an exhumation and autopsy, the medical examiner reported heart failure caused by damage from repeated blood clots. However you phrase it, she left us too soon. Honors kept coming. That signature single found its way into the Grammy Hall of Fame and onto the National Recording Registry. Here's the simple through line. Tammy Wynette sang ordinary people's complicated hearts. From cotton rows in Mississippi to a studio on 16th Avenue, from a beehive wig on stage to a dance beat in London, she kept showing up with a song that said, "Here's what it feels like." Maybe that's why the records last. The details change. Rings pawned and bought back, babies asleep on the bus bunks, the clock over a control room window, but the feeling doesn't. So if you grew up on her, pour some sweet tea and tell somebody younger why that voice matters. And if you're just now finding her, start with "I Don't Wanna Play House," DIVORCE. Till I can make it on my own, we're gonna hold on, and yes, stand by your man. Listen close.